So, one of the things that I noticed when I was working in healthcare, actually, that there was a company startup like in 2005. This is when the era started changing with hospital corporations coming in and buying up physician practices. And it kind of gave the physicians a little bit more of a breathing room in their practice because they weren't going to have to negotiate insurance contracts on their own. They would have the support of a large group doing that for them. And then also, they would get a better rate on malpractice insurance, and they wouldn't actually have to manage the employees that were working for them. The hospital corporation would have, they would all be working for that actual entity instead of working for the solo practitioner. But as I saw this start and this new wave coming forward, I also noticed that, you know, the corporation would get a little top heavy, and then they would replace them with other people and start again. And you know what that meant for us? We had to learn a whole new way that they wanted to do everything. And what we had learned before was no longer valid. And it went through 5 or 6 of this turnover with the top people, from the medical director to the CEO to, all those people in the administrative area that were my higher ups. I mean, they just cleaned house and started again. And it became very frustrating because you thought, oh my God, why do we have to keep going through this over and over again? And eventually it got to the point where I said, no, I'm not going to keep doing this. It was very constrictive as far as creativity. You had to, of course, get approval for everything you wanted, your time off, when you could eat your lunch, how many people you could have actually work overtime. It didn't matter if we were waiting on patients and really busy that day. I mean, it was like this big thing every week. We had to justify everything that we did. So, but my point is that it's not just the little people that actually have to worry about their job security. It's also those in the higher ups that go through their transitions in their journey, and they jump around from thing to thing to thing too. So that's why I decided I wanted to create another plan for my future. And that's why I started working online and working in affiliate marketing, because I felt like I had a little bit more control of my life, even though in the very beginning I did not have any success whatsoever. I really didn't. I mean, it was just, I was starting, and that's the journey we all go through. We all fail. We all have to go through the learning process, and we have to jump through those hoops and above the hurdles. Everybody goes through it. It's not just a few people that, are actually successful. And, there's a lot of people touting out there how successful they are. Do we really know if they are or not? I mean, sure, there's probably a very selective few that are successful with what they're doing online. But in the beginning, if somebody tells you, you have this 30, 60, 90-day thing, if they've been doing this for a while, sure, if they start something new, they're going to have a head start on you for sure. And if this is something that you're starting out new, then this, you're going to build your foundation. And I do have a free book that actually helps you with that foundation, and I will put that information down into the description so you can go ahead and take a look at that. And it does require that you pay the shipping and handling for the book, but you can actually have an immediate download of it, and then the hard copy itself will be mailed to you. So my affiliate marketing company has been around a short period of time, considering that all the other things out there may have been here longer, but there's startups or what they call launches that happen all the time, and everybody wants to jump into some big launch. And, I'm just not that kind of person. I kind of start with my business, and I want to be loyal. I want to stick with it. I want something that's solid. I want something that's I know is going to be around for a long time. I'm not going to jump from this to that. I mean, I've gone through that period of my life, and I wouldn't recommend that to anyone. I mean, you have to really have a lot of focus, especially when you're working for yourself. And if you have your hand dipped in too many pots, how are you going to actually make that work? Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't have multiple streams of income. A lot of people do, but most of them have started out with something that they have set into place, that they have a system, that it runs very smoothly, and then they may consider getting into something new. So I just wanted to give you a little bit of my point of view on why I chose to do this for myself, and why you should not really have the fear, because if you think about it, you could be living in fear every day, just thinking, am I going to have a job tomorrow? Am I going to be replaced by somebody younger? That's the other thing. There are a lot of people at my age that are going through this thing where, they don't want to pay them for the experience and the years that they have in their position. They would rather bring in somebody newer that they don't have to pay as much, and then their benefits don't cost them quite as much either. It's a twofold situation. So a lot of people are being ousted from their positions because this is the new age that a lot of these companies are taking on upon themselves to get rid of the people that are actually, have any seniority, and bring in newer people because they're cheaper labor. That's, a lot of it is cheaper labor. That's what it boils down to. So anyway, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so and hit that notification bell. You never know when something that I come up with may resonate with you, and I'm also going to put the information of how I make money online, my number one company that I work with. I'm going to put that in the description also. And I will see you guys on the next video. All right, bye now.